Hi there. Welcome to the CMC introductory video. Now let me take a pause here for a moment and say, if you're a person who has not already spent a year in the credentialing process in what's called the LMC level, if you have not had an interview with the MEG board this January, or you were not presented before the annual conference in April, you're in the wrong video training. Go ahead and slip out of this and click on the LMC intro video because this is the CMC video. Thanks a bunch and I'll see you over there. Okay, new CMCs and returning CMCs. This video is for you. I want you to know that although our process as a CMC has not changed, I have pulled together all the different documents that I would send you out month by month. I pulled them all together in one place since our Southeast region website is not yet up and running the way we want it to. And so now we'll have a handbook which has everything that you need in it, and it has some additional resourcing you have not seen before. The other change that's happened this year for this new annual conference year is that the conference registrars are expanding in that I'm going to just be working with the South Atlantic candidates, and Denise Stevens, who is on staff at Christ Community, is now going to become the registrar for Alabama, Georgia candidates. So welcome aboard, Denise, and you'll be getting more helps as we're dividing down who's doing what. Okay, let's get started on the CMC handbook. Grab it. What we're going to do is basically look at page 3 and just section 1. Page 3 is the table of contents. I want you to see that we've divided the whole handbook into 5 sections. Section 1 is entitled the Heart section, going back to Heart, Head, and Hands. Heart is, in this handbook, is reviewing where you've been as an LMC, highlighting the importance of a deep spiritual life. Your heart for God is foundational to anything else as you're preparing to be a pastor. The academics or head is important, and the skill sets of hands is important. But if you've got head or you've got hands, but you don't have a strong heart, you're not going to be fruitful in ministry, or you're not going to last in ministry. A basic guide for the mentoring sessions that you can follow each month is on pages 12 and 13 of section 1. Again, it's the candidate's responsibility to set up the meeting time with the mentor, and I suggest that at the conclusion of a mentoring session, right there, you just set the next month's. Because we're running a little bit behind with COVID-19, you've got 7 months, June through December, to have 6 sessions. So that's just a heads up. You'll also see that on page 10 is a document about what's your leadership goal. Do you see yourself becoming a leader who leads a church, or becoming a church planter, or being a pastor over a select group such as in the military, a military chaplain, or a hospital, a pastor to those in the hospital, a hospital chaplain? If so, ordained ministry is the way for you to go. If you do not want to be a member of a conference, if you just want to work in one local church, and if you don't want some of the leadership responsibilities or pastoral responsibilities, if you just want to work in one designated area, you may be better wired to be a conference deacon. Page 10 explains that for you. And that's something you and your mentor will talk about this first year that you're a CMC. And then page 14, that is the all-important page of section 1. This is a calendar that will show you all tasks that need to be done in the year from June to December, all on one page. Each row of that calendar chart is a different month, so you can see each month. Okay, I need to read this, fill out this form. This is when I need to take a course. It's all on there, so there's no last minute flurry in November or December, but this can just be a good process for you and your mentor. Section 2 of the handbook is something new. It's called resource articles, and every month you are to, during the month, read the resource article that's assigned, and then that will be part of what you talk about with your mentor at your mentoring session. All except the first article are written by Free Methodist bishops. Everybody will do these articles this year, returning CMCs and new ones, and then next year I fully think the new Board of Bishops will have some more articles to add, so there'll be a second year of articles. But right now everybody does the year 1 resource articles. Section 3 is the denominational forms. We've got a few more of those to do. If you're a new CMC, you and your mentor will fill out one form every month. If you're a returning CMC, you've already filled out some of the forms. A few of them are done annually, like your formation plan, your formation plan for the year. That is an every year thing. And another every year form is the checklist at the end of the year of how far did you get in completing all the CMC tasks. The handbook has all of these forms as PDFs. You will be sent writable PDFs and Word documents, so you don't have to handwrite in your answers. Section 4 head is about coursework, and that's something that really beefs up when you move from being an LMC, where you were just having to take history and polity, to now being a CMC. Certain courses are designated to take first. These are called core courses. The reason they're first is because they are courses that people on the conference deacon track need, as well as people in the ordained elder track need. So everybody takes the core courses first. They are Old Testament and New Testament surveys, Wesleyan theology, and distinctively Free Methodist. Now, if you want, it's an option. You can take the Old Testament assessment and the New Testament assessment and see if you can test out of needing to take the survey courses. If that's the route you want to go, let your mentor know, and we'll see that your mentor gets sent the assessment test. You'll sit down without any devices or a Bible. Takes about an hour. Fill it out. It gets sent back to me. I grade it for the SAC. Denise will do that for Alabama, Georgia, and then you find out if you passed or not. That's fairly easy. One exception we're making this year is that Bishop Keith Coward, because of COVID-19, is available to teach homiletics. He's going to teach, it's an intensive, so there's 3 books you have to read before the course starts at the end of June. You can come to the class with him for one full day, or you can Zoom in. But then after that day, there will be preaching labs set up where you have to preach in front of a group and be critiqued. So if you're thinking you might want to be an ordained elder rather than a conference deacon, sign up for it, because this is probably your one and only chance to take this course with Bishop Keith, and he's good. It's really important that you keep moving on your coursework. So take at least one course summer term, fall term, and winter term, and if possible, take an intensive course and an online class so you can get through in 2 or maximum 3 years. Um, Last thing is Section 5 is the hands area. This is the practical ministry skills. There's a lot more detail of that in this handbook. We want you to go deeper. We want you to go deeper. If you've worked in youth, you're working in youth ministry or worship arts, don't just be a member of the team. Start moving to taking more responsibility or becoming a team leader or starting a spin-off new team in that. So you're gaining depth in your ministry ability. Also, you need to have more breadth, more exposure. Something may not be something that is your personal preferred area of ministry, but you need to get exposed to as many areas of ministry in the church and out in the community as possible. And so going deeper and wider is important to do in this hands area and something to talk about with your pastor and mentor. So that's the sections of the handbook. If you have any further questions, let me know if you're in the SAC. Let Denise Stevens know if you're in Alabama, Georgia. And we pray God's blessing upon you, that this coming year would be very fruitful and encouraging for you. Thanks a bunch. Bye.